An important part about using Illustrator is that Illustrator is vector-based, so it's a lot more efficient in the use of RAM than, say, Photoshop. Especially with the size of these Photoshop files, it gets really prohibitive to work on little tiny details all in Photoshop. So Illustrator makes it a lot easier. And one particular function, the transform again function, makes certain details a lot easier. Like right here, we have this car tire. Now I have the high-res file open in the background, so let's go look at it. And we see that the tire has all these little threads at the edges, all these little edges, all going around, all these little shapes. That's real easy to do in Illustrator. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a little guide for myself. So I'm going to bring up my rulers and pull out a guide for the vertical and a guide for the horizontal. And we can bring this one all the way down here. So now I'm going to create one of those little treads. It could be any size. That's the other beauty of Illustrator is its resolution independence. I could work at any size and reduce it and not lose detail, or enlarge it and not lose detail. So I'm going to go in here and just create this little shape. It's going to be like this, and it's going to come up and have this little curve like this. And then right here, it's going to kind of branch out into these weird little shapes like this. So it's just going to be kind of funky little thing. It just doesn't matter because this is just for the purposes of this little demo. So we could just make it look however we want. So there's this little tread. Okay, so now the beauty of it is I'm going to bring it up here as I can now make it really small. And I'm going to scale it right from that point. I'm going to bring it down, make it really small. About like that. There's the size that I want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it right on that vertical line. Now, this is the outer edge of my tire here. Okay, this is the width of it. Now, if you want to see what the tire actually looks like, here is the file of all the basic paths for that SUV. And there we see the tire. But this tire already has been distorted to follow the angle. But there you can see the basic treads. It's all going around this tire, and there's all the other little pieces that make it up. Let's go back here and make it as a straight-on kind of a tire. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it from this central point right there. So I'm going to place my cursor there and holding down my Option key, Alt on the PC, I'm going to click right there in the center. And now I want to rotate this, and I want to do it at a degree that's divisible by 360. So I don't want to do 12.1 or something like that. I want to do something that's going to be divisible by 360 so that when it goes all the way around and comes right back, it's going to be evenly spaced for all the different little shapes. Let's try a 15 degrees. Let's see what that's going to look like. And I'll say copy. Well, that's pretty far. So let's go in there and try it again, and we'll make it, say, 5 degrees and make a copy. That's a good space right there. Now that I've done that, I have this little ability over here to go say transform again, which you can see is Command D, Control D on the PC, and I'll say Command D. And I'll hit it many times. And each time I hit it, you can see it's going round and round this tire, going all the way around. Coming back around, here it comes. And I got all these little shapes going all the way around till we see it right there. And if we want to really see that, let's just select all and let's fill the whole thing with a black. There we can see we have all the little treads going all the way around in a nice big giant circle. So it made it real easy to go in there and create the basic shape, which I can now distort to get it to the angle that I need. But it made it real easy to create that entire shape by just doing a transform again once the initial rotation was done for the first piece.